And that is why I didn't come with any static view around the matter.
I wanted to pitch two
However,
stories.
I do realize that it might be helpful to deal with the matter, to deal with that aspect first before we continue. But what prevented me from getting into the matter fully, like I'm telling you, was the manner in which it was relayed to me. It was relayed to the secretary, and when I inquired, it was addressed to the secretary only. That didn't sit well with me because I didn't know why it was done in that manner. Because I expect the person who wrote the letter to know that there's more than me involved in the matter.
As the court pleases, my lord, regarding the first aspect as to whether we were in receipt of the letter, we can confirm, my lord, that we did receive the letter, and we also submitted inputs in this regard, my lord, which were sent to the Honorable Registrar, my lord.
Yeah, I think the flow of issues at that level, I think, was not helpful for my purposes, because I didn't get confirmation that you really received that letter. That is why I was refusing to deal with it. If that be the case, I think we would need to look into the issue. I don't know whether you prefer to, I think I should read the letter quickly. I refused to read the letter for the reasons I told you. I will read the letter quickly, and then I think we will deal with it. I think we should convene outside and agree about how we are going to go about the process as soon as I will have read the letter. It shouldn't take a long time for me to read the letter.
Yeah, I think it's a 2 or 3 page letter, my lord. I can just confirm that Mr. Tobani also received the letter and also made certain submissions regarding the request. I'm not sure about my colleague, Advocate Mshololo, as whether she did receive the letter.
I haven't received anything. I don't know what is being
You see, Mr. Baloyi, that exactly what I'm concerned about, because I cannot be dealing with the author of the letter and the two of you to the exclusion of Advocate Zandile Mshololo. And like I want to repeat, I expected the author to know that this is a case in which this number of people is involved, and if that person saw it fit to write a letter, I would have expected that person to make sure that everyone that is involved in the matter is in receipt of the letter.
As the court pleases, perhaps one can just mention that when it was first sent, she did copy the state and Mr. Tobani, and it was received at that first instance, my lord. And your secretary then resent that letter to all the parties concerned. So we can confirm that we did receive it, my lord, at the first instance when she sent it.
But you can hear Advocate Mshololo saying that
Yes.
she's oblivious about whatever we are talking about.
As a conclusion.
Justice, I will agree with the court that
we give Advocate Mshololo.
I can't hear you.
I'll agree with the court that we give Advocate Mshololo to have the sight of the letter, and maybe the letter be read so that it can be dealt with, because the email can be sent to someone, but that person maybe didn't receive the email. So it will be in the best interest that Advocate Mshololo have a sight of the letter, or the letter be read, so that we can deal with it. As it stands now, I'll reserve my comments with regard to the contents of the letter thereof. There's a court basis.
Advocate Mshololo, you heard me. I'm going to take a short time. I had refused to read the letter
As the court pleases, my lord.
because when I made inquiries, the letter was addressed to me. But from what Advocate Baloyi is saying, it looks like the letter was recent, and still to my surprise, it was addressed to Mr. Tovane and Advocate Baloyi to your exclusion. So I'm going to quickly read the letter outside the proceedings.
As the court pleases,
I should think you should take the time to also read the letter.
as the court pleases.
And before we resume the proceedings,
Yes, my lord.
I think the four of us should convene to quickly decide. I don't think this letter should take too long to deal with. I still have the same concern that we should be busy with the proceedings in this case
As the court pleases.
as soon as possible, for the interest of all that are interested in the case. So we'll adjourn short, and so that I read the letter.
Thank you, my lord, for the indulgence of the court.
Mr. Ndukula, you'll bring me a copy of